Now, the next thing we might want to do is try and make a change. So in my HTML, I have logo here. I could say I want to call this purple beard, for instance, and I save. Now, as I save, you can see how this color changes. This is where pretty also comes in play. It tells us something changed somewhere. So now what I want to do is this change here, I want to also push it to my repository. There are three things I just need to do. You just need to add that particular file, you need to commit, and you need to push. All I need to do is do git add dot, which is just add all the files. And then next thing I want to do is git commit and dash m, and then give it like a second commit. I could name this changed text, and I do this. And the next thing I want to do is do git push. That's all. And now I've pushed this particular change to my repository. So if I open my repository and I refresh this, you would see we have a new commit called change text. It even tells me, the file I touched. So if I click on this, I would be able to see, so you can see it has changed to purple beard, basically. So now we have this, our demo site. We've pushed. You can share this link to someone. The person can, choose to clone it using this URL, or the person can choose to just download the zip and see what you did, basically. So this is, so one thing you have to be wary of is, if you look at the path here, the path is project 1. I want to push project 1. That's the main reason why I opened this particular folder using project 1. If I want to do the same thing I just did using git bash, if I come to this and I click on git bash, then it means I have to navigate to this part, because currently we are just in user. So I have to do cd desktop, enter, and then I have to then I can do like a list, for instance, to let me know, okay, these are all the projects under my desktop. I could then do cd all projects and click on enter. If I do ls, it tells me the projects that are under, but I want to go to project 1. I would then do cd quotation project 1, close the quotes. Now I can run all those commands I ran initially. I could have run it here. So when you're doing a new command, a new project, you have to do git init, git add, git commit, git push, and then you have to add the remote repository. Just follow those commands. Then when you want to, find existing code, basically, when I mean existing code, I mean, so now I change this to purple beard. Let me change this to say email or something. I could come to my git bash here and run those same commands. I could say git add, I could say git commit dash m, I could say changed navbar. Could then do git push, and automatically it pushes. So all the thing we are doing here, we're doing it here also. And if I come to my browser and I I refresh, that change is automatically seen here, and then everyone that is using this particular stuff actually has an idea of what's actually going on. So I always prefer doing this from your terminal here where you're working on your VS Code, because it gives you like an idea of, you don't need to be entering each of those commands, and this is like you working on 2 different tabs. So it's best you always open the folder you want to push to your repository using VS Code. You go to file, you go to open folder, and then you click on the particular folder. If it is project 2 we want to work on, I will click on project 2, select folder. It automatically, so if I click on my terminal now, for instance, it automatically tells me project 2. So now I need to then push my project 2 work. How do I push my project 2 work? I need to come to my browser. I need to create a new repository, which is coming back here, going to repositories, and then clicking on new, giving it a name, and then doing all those processes again. But once you create, the only commands you need to do going forward is git add, git commit, and git push. And once you do all this, I think you can call yourself a front-end developer. Yeah. Thank you.